Welcome back to Deadly Discussions, proudly sponsored by Kwik Kopy Canning Vale and Something Wild Australia. Today we have a new WA talent from Victoria. He's the best lockdown defender I've seen in the PSA, and not just because he's from Aquinas. He also kills it for South Fremantle in the Colts competition. Mitch Sinnott, welcome to episode 4 of the podcast.
Thanks, mate. Glad to be here.
We're excited to have you on. I just want to let everyone know it's been a month since Deadly Discussions started. Who would have thought, mate? Who would have thought?
I know, it's gone quick, hasn't it?
Yep. So, appreciate all the supporters. We couldn't be here without you guys. And we also reached 100 subscribers. So, it's exciting times for the podcast. The decision for you to come on the podcast was pretty late because obviously, as we know, we had Seth planned. So I came up to you during the week. I was like, what did I say? I was like, oh, Mitch, here's the situation. I remember saying that, and I was like, Seth's got his surgery on Tuesday. I'm not sure if he's going to get up for the podcast. He reckons he will be, but in the end, he couldn't make it. So we're glad to have you on, mate, as a backup.
Yes, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
This is your type of environment because I know how much you love to talk, eh?
Yeah.
I still remember the first day I spent with you. It was just non-stop talking.
Yes.
Not that it was a bad thing.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate.
I love people with motor mounts. They're alright. You just got to open your ears a lot. Before we get stuck into things, how are you feeling, mate?
Oh, a little bit nervous, mate, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit nervous myself, to be honest. So we'll get into it. We'll talk about Victoria a bit. So you're originally from Perth?
Yeah, born here.
Born here.
Yeah.
Moved to Victoria at a young age. How old were you?
I was 7.
7.
Yeah.
All right. And then you moved back here end of 2019. End of 2019.
No, I started.
Start of this year. Sorry.
Yeah,
So whereabouts in Victoria were you living?
I was on the Vale, which is about an hour east of the city. So
Oh, yep.
sort of on the border of the country and suburbia. So.
Yeah. Well, I was actually born in Melbourne.
Really?
Yeah. So I lived in Essendon.
Yeah.
I lived there like till I was 1 or something. So how long was that in Victoria?
10 years.
10 years. That's pretty good. So would you classify yourself as a Victorian?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
would.
At the moment you would,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah.
Only
You
7
just
years
gotta
here, yeah.
count all the years up.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you move to Victoria in the first place?
Because mum's originally from Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
So we had all our family back there. So mum and dad wanted to move back to be closer to them. So like we grew up with grandparents and aunties and uncles and stuff.
Yeah, nice. So obviously, did you have cousins and all that?
Yeah.
Did you go to school with them?
Nah, they're all a lot older.
Oh, right. What school did you go to?
Burnet College. So that's not a PSA school.
Yeah. So.
It's co-ed as well. So.
Oh, not as prestigious.
Nah, definitely not.
Yep.
No, very different to Aquinas, definitely.
Yep. So what was probably the biggest difference between Perth and Melbourne, just in everyday lifestyle?
Oh, definitely the weather.
The weather. Yeah.
That's the main thing.
True that.
Yeah, the weather's pretty bad over there.
Yep.
Very cold.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. It's obviously it's probably the best year to move away from Melbourne.
Yes.
With COVID going on over there. So how hard was it to move back to Perth, coming here at the start of the year?
Yeah, it was pretty hard, obviously, because I was pretty young when I left and I was in the country.
Yep.
So I didn't really know anyone.
Yeah.
It was definitely probably one of the hardest things I've done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
it's
difficult.
always hard
Yeah.
moving.
States.
Yeah, states. I've done it 3 times as well. So
Yes,
I've gone from Melbourne to Adelaide. But it would have been harder for you because you had that. I was a bit younger when I moved.
Yeah. It was definitely easier the first time.
Yeah, because you're only 7 years old.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
coming back, you would have had heaps of friends and all that you had to leave behind. So I know you would have had heaps of friends. Do you want to give anyone a shout out?
Oh, probably just the Grassland boys, Mason Gardner and Lockie Drake Rockman and Harry and all those boys. Probably some big guys like Ethan Oldman, Aiden Thompson, Emily Clark, all those guys.
Yep, nice. I'm sure that they'll appreciate that. A few of those names might come up a bit later. So we'll move into the footy. I know you love your footy. It's a massive part of your life. So you obviously play at Aquinas and South Freo from the Jumpers here. What club did you play for in Melbourne?
So I played locally for Mirrabah.
Yep.
Played under 19s there, but also played sort of futures at Eastern Rangers.
Yep.
So in NAB League.
Oh, yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so you're a lockdown defender now. What positions did you play in Melbourne?
I was a forward.
A forward?
Half forward.
Really?
Yeah, this first year I played backline.
Who would have thought?
I know.
That's pretty
Very different.
confusing because you're actually a very lockdown defender when you play PSA. You know, you're one of the best ones in the PSA.
Thanks.
So I don't know how you're forward.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So obviously, Victoria, they live and breathe footy.
It's big.
It's the home of footy.
It's life over there, yeah, definitely.
And WA, you know, it's very big, but it's probably not the main sport. So how was the quality difference in players and the game speed between the two
They're
states?
both really good. Obviously, I played Colts and whatnot, so it's a decent level. So I've seen the best of both.
Yep.
And Eastern Rangers is very high as well, but I find the footy's different. So Melbourne, it's very stop-start, a lot of stoppages.
Oh, yep.
A
lot of technical.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's a lot of outside run. Very quick.
Yeah.
But the quality of players is very similar.
Yep.
But I reckon the players are like the same quality, but there's just more of them over in Vic.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I reckon there's probably more opportunities with the amount of clubs in the NAB League.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Yep. Because obviously they live and breathe footy, so they're going to have heaps more kids playing it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy over there.
Yeah. So we'll move into PSA footy specifically. It was obviously your first season at Aquinas.
Yeah.
You got the best first year player.
Yeah.
What was your favourite part about playing PSA footy?
Probably just the culture. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely the culture. There's nothing like that before. Like I've been a part of. Definitely. Just like with all the Aquinas boys on the sidelines cheering. And
I know all the boys getting around it.
Everyone getting around each other, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Probably my favourite footy I played.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you have like all your teammates as well that it's just so fun to play with. And speaking of which, Turley has mentioned you as a player that he enjoys playing with. Which players do you enjoy playing with?
All the boys definitely, but Turley definitely been down back with him. He's taking the marks and I'm down crumbing everything.
Yeah, he reckons you're the dynamic duo.
Yeah, I would agree with him there.
Are there any other boys?
Definitely Tardra Woden down back as well.
Yeah.
Also yourself.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like people just say that just because I'm here.
It's real.
Yeah, thank you.
Probably like Corey Warner and Seth Connor in the midfield. Yeah, all those boys. So.
Yeah. So like I said, it's a tight bunch. What was your favourite thing about the group we had? Like what really stood out to you?
It's how we were all really close. Like we'd get up on a Sunday morning, and go to the beach and have brekkie. Like I've never been a part of a team like that. How everyone rocks up every Sunday morning. It was probably one of my favourite parts, definitely. Yeah, believe it or not, we never actually used to do that. So that was the first for this year as well. And I think that's credit to Cripper and the leadership group that organised that. So you're backman this year. What are your goals for 2021 and what position do you see yourself playing? Goals is definitely I really want to try and make the state 18s or 19s, whatever they change it to next year. Yeah, true that. Obviously the dream is to play AFL. But we'll see if that happens or not. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, definitely probably just to try and make state 18s first and see how we go on that. And what position do you see yourself playing? I'm hoping I get up the ground a bit more, like more of a winger or a mid or something like that, so I can have a bit more run up the ground and get inside a little bit more. Definitely. Because for those who don't know, Mitch is the fastest in the school, believe it or not. I wouldn't say that. Nah, you won Division 1 in the 100 metre sprint as a year 12. Or year 11 last year. Yeah. So now we're year 12s. And you've got one of the biggest tanks, so I reckon that's a pretty smart idea. Not that they're wasting you down back line, because you do a very good job, but you know, it's just so much run that can be generated through the midfield and all that. So, mate, I'm hoping to see you up the ground as well. I could see you, because you're such a good lockdown defender, I could see you as a very good tagger. Yeah. Believe it or not, like in the midfield, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that. So that's enough for the footy. We'll get to know Mitch Sinnott off field. So obviously you're new, a lot of people don't know you. What do you like to do in your spare time? Not many people know this about me, but I love to go mountain bike riding. Mountain bike riding? Yeah. That's a new one. Yeah, it was a big thing over in Melbourne. I was living pretty close to the mountains, so... Yeah, true that. Get on my bike and go for a ride. I used to do that probably more than footy almost. Nah, that's good. I wasn't serious about it, but it was just good fun. Yeah. Riding along, that's pretty good. Yeah. And obviously you love your cricket. Tell us a bit about you and cricket. Cricket and footy have always been, like, together. I've always, like, couldn't set them apart. I've always loved them both a lot.
Yep.
It's not until sort of at the moment where I sort of gone footy way a bit
Yeah,
more.
yep.
But no, I've always loved cricket. I've always been pretty serious. Not so much now, but more back.
Yeah.
In, like under 14s, under 15s, I was very serious about it.
Yep.
But no, cricket's always been.
Yeah, and it slowly just died off, you know.
Yeah, sort of just more gone to footy, enjoyed footy more.
Would you say like the move from Victoria to WA would have had something to do with it, or?
A little bit, yeah, definitely. But I so as soon as junior sort of finished last year, the year just before I moved here,
you just realised
that footy's
more important.
Yeah, exactly.
So this question's a bit more serious. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a hard question.
It is. I know, because you don't want to like predict something and then you feel like you're jinxing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your answer for that?
Well, everyone's probably on the podcast. Their dreams to probably be playing
AFL.
AFL. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely one of my dreams.
Yep.
But probably if that doesn't work out, probably I want to go to uni. I'm not sure
what
I want to do yet. And just see myself in a good steady job somewhere.
Nice.
Maybe travelling.
Yeah,
travelling definitely.
Nah, travelling's awesome. Like even just Europe and seeing everything, definitely. USA, it's like mesmerising.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're gonna move into the people's questions. We've got 5. A bit nervous.
I am.
Question number 1: is it true that you gave yourself the nickname the Chosen One?
No, that's not true.
Are you sure? That was a bit of a nervous laugh.
Not true.
Why? Who gave it to you?
Andrew Morrissey gave it to me. All the
really?
boys. So it was the second week of school, being at Aquinas,
Yep.
and all the boys knew that I was going to come down to training cricket.
Yep.
And they were asking me about it, and I just said, yeah. I played a bit of cricket in Melbourne, and they asked me, "Are you going to play ones?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not sure yet." Like,
yeah, you don't know.
Yeah,
just the usual answers.
See what happens, and from then on, I rocked up to training, and everyone's calling me the Chosen One.
Far out.
So,
that's a good nickname.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Question number 2: has Harry Gratia ever stolen a girl from you?
No, that is not true.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100% that is not true.
Are you sure? Because a few people mentioned this. What happened then? What happened?
So I was at a party.
Yep.
And me and a girl might have got a little bit close.
Yes.
And not long after, she might have got a little bit close with Harry.
Far out. So he's dogged you there?
No, but it was a bit different. So sort of a couple weeks before, Harry and her sort of got a bit close, and then
so they were already close.
They stopped, and then it was a weird thing.
Yeah, I love how you use the term close.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Question 3: what is wrong with your feet?
That's very.
I just seen your boots before. Your feet are massive, man.
Yeah, size 14. So, and my second toe's about that long. So, yeah,
it's a bit weird.
It's a question I get a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure to be honest.
Yeah, just born like that. Can't do anything about it.
Definitely.
All right, this question. It's very important.
It's a very difficult question.
It's gonna determine your future in Perth. If I do say.
Definitely.
Do you prefer Melbourne girls or Perth girls?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really met many Perth girls yet.
Yep.
Obviously, being new, all boys school.
Yep.
But so I can't really have a comment too much on them.
All right.
What I've seen of them, they're pretty nice people.
Yep.
Melbourne girls. So I do know. I went to Perth school, so I know a lot of Melbourne girls. Yes, they're very very nice too. I'm going to be diplomatic here.
Yep.
I can't tell them apart. They're pretty.
All right. But anyway, we'll move on. So this next question, I'll just give a bit of insight. At lunchtime, at school, there's you have your groups of friends that you hang out with. And believe it or not, the groups at school actually have names and everything. So you got like people that hang around the canteen. I think they're called canteen freaks or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Then you got like all these boarders and cricketers, whatever, and they're usually the grasslanders, and that's obviously yourself.
Yes.
And then they're just boys that sit at the table, and they're just the table. So question 5: why did you join the grasslanders over the table?
So I sort of was in a few classes with the grassland boys, and then obviously they're cricket boys. So cricket started before like footy, so then I've become pretty close mates with them. So started hanging out with them, and then I just sort of
slowly drifted.
Stayed in that group. And I was at the boys' table for a little bit.
I remember that.
at the start, and then sort of I got close to them because of cricket and classes, and then footy started, and I've become pretty good mates with all the boys tables as well.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Kiwanis, you can't drift. You gotta stay.
You got to stay in your group.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we'll move on to everyone's favourite segment, Dirty Mitch. Was that a little no?
Yeah, it was a no.
You haven't lived in Perth long,
No.
so I decided to contact some Melbourne friends. I reached out to them on Instagram, and thankfully they were kind enough to give me some stories on you. Thank you to them. I'm gonna start off. You a bit nervous?
Drink of water, eh?
All right, we'll take a little break here.
Go.
All right. Actually, don't know how to say this one. You got a bit of a mark, right? I don't. It was a little bit of a mark. In between your nipples.
Oh no.
And I heard you were called Triple Nipple from then on.
No. Yeah. Where'd you get this one?
I don't think we can go too much into this because the mark's a bit weird. Anyway.
Everyone knows what the mark will be.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Number 2. So I heard you went to your friend. This is in Melbourne, obviously.
Yeah.
You went to your friend's Arnie's.
No.
And you went to the cinemas, but that's not it. You went to the cinemas dressed in her Arnie's clothes.
That is correct.
That's true.
That is true, yes. But
But
there's not really a but to it, eh?
oh, Mitch.
Yeah, it's true.
No, that's
It was
alright.
It was just a jumper. It was just a jumper.
Oh, just a jumper. You sure?
I even got a photo of it.
I
I even got a photo of it.
heard you were wearing the skirt and everything.
No, it was just a jumper.
All right. Well, the next we got heaps of stories, by the way. You know, they're just rolling in. For someone that's not even from here, it's so easy to get these stories.
Yeah.
I heard you used to like to stick your backside out in photos. Is that true?
No.
No. Oh.
Maybe. But no, that was only like one. Yeah, that was only like once or twice. It wasn't
right.
very often. I was just
Imitating
taking the
someone
Mickey out of
a friend.
Out of a friend.
Yep. And we'll move on to the last one. So I think they said it was in a science class. So you're in science.
Yeah.
And you've rapped a Christmas song. It's by Justin Timberlake. I can't say what the song is, but for all those who don't know, go look up Justin Timberlake. And look up Christmas songs, and it rhymes with trick in a box. All right. So we'll leave it at that. That's all for Dirty Mitch. We had a few stories on there. I can tell you're pretty nervous at the moment, mate.
I was about that one. Definitely.
Almost finished actually. Got the last 2 segments. This one's Know Your Boots. So we love talking about boots on this show. We had Corey on last. He's probably been best on ground for this segment.
Yeah. I'm not going to pass him either. I reckon.
Yeah, I don't think you will either. How many pairs of boots do you own?
I'm like Corey, who owns like 6. On yourself, you own like 6.
Yep.
I only own 1 pair.
Yep.
It's a little bit falling apart.
Give us a look.
I'm due for some new boots. But
Check them out. Far out. Look how big they are.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Everyone see that? That's size 14s.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. Far out, man. Your feet are massive.
Yeah.
So obviously you got these pairs. I actually like these, like the colour.
I was going to get the orange and black ones, but my brother already got those ones.
Turley's got those.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind the pink. People know I love my pink.
Yes.
What's your dream pair of boots?
Probably I don't really know like a certain specific type of boots, but probably just bright colour, so like a blue or a yellow sort of thing.
Something that stands out a little bit.
Or like a Nike or an Asics sort of brand.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah.
I can see what you're going for there. So I asked Corey this last week. If you got drafted and you had to have any brand come up to you, who would you want coming up to you?
Probably Nike or Asics, to be honest. One of them two, I'd be pretty happy with either one.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure anyone would be happy, to be honest.
Any of them, really.
Yeah. Just being drafted in the first place.
Exactly.
Nah, but these boots are awesome. Do you know what they are?
No, it's
think
Asics.
they're the-
Yeah, I've no idea. I bought them about an hour before a game, so.
Yeah.
So,
An hour before the game.
Yeah, so I was on the way to the game. I had to drop by the sports shop and buy these.
You forgot your boots, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I put a massive hole in them at training on
Oh.
Thursday, so.
Far out. Yeah, look, mate, These are ripped inside as well. You play pretty hard.
Oh,
We'll go into deadly discussions, the cards now. So, thank you to Kwik Kopy Canning Vale. I design the cards, they make them.
Yeah.
So, got a whole deck here for you. Heaps of cards.
Thanks, mate.
They're pretty good. Have a look. What do you reckon?
Yeah, they're pretty nice, mate. It's not usually you get a footy card, so...
Yeah, I know. It's
pretty cool.
All the boys usually get pretty excited. I've got a whole deck here, so I'll let you take some home with you.
Thanks, mate.
Just one thing I want to point out. On the back of those 3 boys' cards, it all says Western Australian. On yours, it says Victorian.
It does too.
So you reckon you'd claim Victorian?
I'll claim that.
Yeah.
Have a bit of difference.
Yeah.
All the other boys, I reckon.
And like we said, like you've been in Victoria longer than you've been in WA. So
yeah.
I think it's only fair. I love these cards. Are pretty good. That's the conclusion of the podcast, mate. We're coming to an end, but we've got one more question. One more question. Give us a pickup line.
All my pickup lines are pretty cringy, so I don't reckon I'll.
You got to give us one, mate.
I really need them usually, mate. No, I'm joking. No,
you're not. Nah. Let's just.
I don't really.
For those people,
I don't have a pickup line, mate.
For those people that didn't hear what he just said, he says he doesn't need pickup lines. All right.
I don't have a pickup line. This is what I'm meant by that.
All right, mate. It's been awesome. There we have it. The first month of Deadly Discussions is complete. Mitch, thanks so much for joining us on the 4th episode. It's been awesome.
Mate. Thanks for having me.
All good. Your hands are big too. Everything's filming.
That last, I felt sounds so.
No.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What? Wasn't filming.
Gotcha.
Yeah.